Hello again and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. I am your host Prince Magnum and welcome to another do-it-yourself budget hot rodding. Okay, now you're going to notice a lot of phone numbers popping up of various locations around the St. Francis County area and a couple from the Iron County area. Let me explain to you why I'm doing this. Number one, these people have helped me along the way a great deal with Project Spirit. And they've helped me locate parts, they've helped me with tech, and some of these shops have helped me do work that, I mean, just to say, yeah, I mean, they've helped me, do things that I just can't do myself. Um, so, if you live in the area or you're passing through and you need some work done, believe it or not, these are the best places to go to. Real quick, let's talk about that for a moment. You've got a classic car or any car for that matter. There's just some things you just cannot do to your car. It's very rare nowadays you can find anybody who can do everything to cars unless they're an ASE certified mechanic. It just doesn't work that way. I wish it did. It's just so hard nowadays to find, a shade tree mechanic who can do everything. And if you live in an apartment complex, you're also hindered by space issues because you can only keep so many tools before you're overrun. So, it's just one of those things. So I have to rely on other people to do certain things. Now, I can still do a great deal of my own engine work. I can do a lot of stuff on my own, but there's just some things I can't. So, just kind of a thing, find a good reputable shop that has no problem working on your project at an affordable price and is not going to rip you off. And I have techniques that I use to help me find out whether or not I can um, trust a shop whenever I take my project to a shop. What I do is I go in and I pretend like I don't know anything. Pretend like I'm as dumb as a box of rocks. And then, take it in there for something simple. And if they start trying to say, well, it's this and this and this, and it's not, don't buy into it. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. Know right up front, that some of these shops are shady, shady, shady. And as a matter of fact, in recent years, I've even had to stop using some shops just because of that fact. Um, and it's just one of them things. Ellis OK Tires, for years I've heard that they do bad work, but I've never had anything they've done turn out bad. They've done a fantastic job with Project Beauty when she was still up and running, and of course Project Spirit. Matter of fact, they put in the outer tie rod ends. They've installed on her her rear shocks because we still have the factory shocks in place. They've put tires on the front of her. They put in wheel bearings for me. Did an amazing job. Another place, no, I'm sorry, they didn't do the wheel bearings. That was actually Automotive Solutions over in Park Hills. They did that. They also did the idler arm on her, which I had to get from Performance Suspension Technology. All of these all of the places that I'm mentioning are listed. Um, Project Spirit has had some people work on her. Dale Adams, they had to do the front end alignment because not many places know how to work on a car that's 41 years old. And Dale Adams down in the Ironton area had to do it. And I've never had work done with them before, but I knew about them very well because of the simple fact that um, I know one of the guys that works there. I graduated high school with him, so I knew that it was a reputable business. That's just one of them things. AutoZone for years has had a bad reputation for parts. I've not gotten anything bad from them, really. I mean, I've gotten some stuff that wasn't quite right and taken it back, and they've replaced it, no questions asked. Um, and to tell you the truth, for years I used to go through Farmington Auto. AutoZone, but I have with Project Beauty, I really got to discover the Deloge AutoZone, and they're just great people up there. Both places, awesome people. I can't say enough good about them. Now, Napa Auto Parts over in Farmington and Park Hills, can't say enough good about them. Both places still very good. Now, some of you might be asking about O'Reilly's and Advanced Auto. Now, I've got nothing against these places. I know some people at O'Reilly's, but I don't do a whole lot of business with them. I usually try to keep my shops pretty, um, it's one of those things that, I just go to one before I'll go to the other. But I've got nothing against O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of Advanced Auto. Nothing against them. They're good people. It's just, when we had a 91 Ford Tempo, I went in to order a part, a simple part, a PCV valve. And it was just something that needed to be replaced, and they told me that they had to order it. Well, out of anger, I asked, well, just out of curiosity, do you guys have, you know, um, do you guys have a PCV valve for a 1991 Toyota Corolla? And they said, well, yeah, we've got that in stock. I said, I'm out of here. And they kind of looked at me funny. I said, you guys are an American parts store in the United States, and you don't carry parts for an American car, but you will for a Japanese. I'm out of here. And that's just how I felt. But, there's nothing wrong with them. They're good people. Um, but, that was just one of those things that, I guess, when you, when you're an old hot rodder, and an auto parts place is more quick to carry a part for a Japanese car than they are for an American car, well, it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. You know, I'm still beat my chest and go, America, when it comes to cars. That's just the way it is. Um, you know, so, my suggestion, if you're going to get into shops, go to shops and things like that, find a good reputable one. Like I said, I love the people at Deloge, good people. Matter of fact, if you are in the Deloge area and you do stop by the Deloge AutoZone, please say hi to Leslie. And I know I'm going to start ribbing her about her new Mustang. It's a good-looking car, not my style, but it's a good-looking car. And I rib her about it, what you going to do to it next. And she's too busy enjoying it right now. She just got it. And you've heard me mention Leslie in previous videos. She used to have this really, really cool looking Mustang, but now she's got this project, and I can't wait to see what it's going to look like and run like when she's done with it. Just, go say hi to her for me. She really, she's really one of the great, the great rogues in the hot rod world, because not too many women get into it unless you're my wife, who every time I turn around, she's taking the wrenches from me now and fixing them. Keep telling her she can't do that. She's pregnant, but she don't listen. Right now, as I'm making this video, she's kind of giving me that look. But, find you a reputable shop and stick with them. Sometimes it's the dingiest of shops that are the best because they're not under some corporate standard where they're trying to rip you off. Just go there, try them out. If you've been watching my channel, you know what to look for and what's cool and what isn't. Also, the older the car gets, the more you're going to have to rely on the internet. Just kind of a forewarned thing. I will tell you that every time I get on Google and start looking for parts, I usually end up cussing Google, saying Google is a little on the short in the brain area, because it always brings up everything but what I actually asked for. So be forewarned, even though Google is big and there's a lot of websites out there, it's not always the best thing. You might try looking around at different search engines. I know Bing would be another one. Just try other search engines if need be. Long gone are the days of InfoSeek and Go, because Google bought them out, but that's just kind of one of them things. It just happens that way. And those used to be great ones, but Google still should be able to get you as far as you need to go. Check your forums; they may know somebody. And I know if you call some of the big hot rod companies like Jegs and Summit, if they don't know, they'll find out for you. Um, and in some cases, you may even have to do what I've done in a few instances and call the Ford home office or the home office for some of the other, for some of the great American car companies. And they can usually sometimes point you in the right direction for finding those hard to find parts. All right. I know it was kind of a little bit of a ramble, you know, but and it was kind of also a car commercial with all the other, with some of the names of the different companies that I listed. But trust me, if you go with these people, if you're in our area, the St. Francis County or Iron County area, and you go with these people, I promise you, you will be just happy you did. All right. All that being said, get out there and work on a project. And if nobody has told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.